Mr. Gus. Hey. Are you coming in the Manitou? Oh, we got red light. This is like Ollie vlogs. No fuel in the Manitou. Because that's the first job of the day then. Right, we are all fueled up for the day and ready to go. So, welcome back to a new video. You join me in what we call our beef shed on the farm. There's a big echo in here because it's obviously empty, minus about 5 cows down the end there. And we're housing our first cows today. Sorry about the light. So we've got some young cattle, about 12 months old, that we call our Technograze group. They're out on a grazing project on the other farm at Rowden, and they're sort of running out of grass. Their growth rates are starting to drop, so we're just gonna bite the bullet and bring them inside. So down here in the shed, it's all been cleaned out and pressure washed. So we're just gonna set that up and get it ready for them. So we need 5 pens, or 5 bays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to put some bedding down and then sort out some food for them as well before we start bringing them in. Got the Manitou down there with a couple bales on the spikes. What we'll do is we'll roll out some round bales to start with. Just makes a better mat on the floor for when we're starting to bring cattle in, and then from then on we'll use a straw chopper. So you can see there's holes down the middle of the shed for slot posts. They are currently in the scrape passage there. So what I need to do is just grab those. I mean, that one has seen better days. We're probably going to have to use a different one. If you can see, but in this area, it's got a bit of a bend in it. Sort of should go straight. Goes around the corner there. Yeah, we might have to use a different one there, but what do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5 posts. I've got 5 good posts here that I can use. We'll have to sort something out for that one before we house any more cows. Dr. Phil will be down to help me soon, so when he gets here, he can help me hang this gate, because they are not light. They are blimmin' heavy, those gates. What I'll do is I'll put all the posts in, and then I'll roll the bales out just to save any of the straw going down the holes, and then we'll sort the gates out afterwards. We got the dock. Yes, sir.
Jiggle it.
This is my hammer. I don't know what it's used for. Right, just come back to get a couple more bales of straw. So this is all oat straw in here that we either had baled by Tom or we baled ourselves. We always bale a few round ones ourselves just for starting out in the bottom of the sheds like we're doing today. And also they're really handy for up in the carving pens, so you can put one bale at one end and just roll it all the way along, and it does all the pens of bedding. Yeah, that's why we do that. And then obviously we have mainly square bales in there and in the other shed for bedding up in the winter through the straw chopper.
It's very lovely chippy stuff. It's not unwrapping.
Yeah, we'll just back the box right up to the scrape passage.
Yeah.
Let 12 out, do a pen. Right, that's them all bedded up. Ready for cows? No, it's not coffee time yet, it's a shame. We didn't quite do that well enough. Alright, back in the old girl to go and get some silage. You coming, Gus? So we've got a little small stack of bales here in the corner of our machinery compound that we made back in early May, so it should be really nice, good growy silage as we would call it. Bales are heavy. We'll take a couple of these round and split them out for the cows. That's all ready then for when we bring them back later on. Right, we are now ready in the shed for some cattle. So got it all bedded up. We've got bales out here for them. This silage smells incredible. I wish you could smell it. Just, oh. Beautiful stuff. They're gonna grow like stink on that. We're gonna put the 6 big ones down the end there, because that post that had the kink in it is actually a different size to the rest of them, which is really annoying. So we're going to put the 6 big ones down there, the 48 younger ones there. It just means we can share a bale between this and these 5 cows and a couple of calves there if we want to. John's come down and picked up the broken post, and he's going to attempt to weld it up, and if he can't, he'll cut the good end off and weld a bigger piece to it so that we can still sink the small end in the hole. And that will work fine. So we're going to go and grab a cup of coffee quick, and then we're going to head over to the other farm. We'll help John load up some of the cattle, and then me and Phil are going to stay over there and get those sheds ready for when we want to house the calves, as and when housing comes. Yeah, just having a bit of a clean up in preparation for housing the calves whenever we want to. So we had some cows in this pen when we weaned them, as you would have seen in the last video. So these sheds won't get washed, but we do just want to leave them clean. They can dry out a bit. Not done Phil many favours here really. Right, all cleaned out. What we're doing now is I'm going to start putting the shed back together, so Phil can put the posts exactly where he wants them. The slot holes here are incredibly tight, so what we normally have to do is give them a bit of a nudge with the handler and pull them out with a chain, but see what happens here. About there, any? Let's have a gate and see. That gate needs another hanging. Bit more. I'm not sure he'll go anymore. Yeah, we'll just hang the gate level instead. Yeah. I said we'll just hang the gate level instead.
Yeah, exactly. Makes all the difference.
So we're just going to put that one post in that hole, because whenever we get cattle out of the shed, obviously in this big pen here, we drive them down to the end and out around that corner and up the straight passage. So it's handy to have gates here, so when you get the cattle so far, you can just shut these gates, drive them out of that end door.
Hopefully the hole's not too buggered.
Steady.
Right, it's going to be mighty tight this one. Mighty tight? Yeah.
Hello.
What's your phone?
He's got cricket on.
Oh, score. I don't really know because I've been... Can't hear it. Can't hear it.
Got it on.
It's about 91 for 4 or 5.
Is this the second?
Yeah, second T20. I was just catching up with the score when we started braying that gate post in. Bugging my cultural input right up.
He's not the right post.
So he looks low, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's gone through the floor.
Gone too far. I just kept pushing.
Yeah, if we kept on pushing, it'll come out the hole. We always knackered one.
Your cows weren't moving, didn't they?
Alright.
And whilst we've got the quad bike here, you can flip up and do that.
Go and take the fence up.
Yeah.
And they can have the whole field.
And then if we all go back in the truck, we can move cattle this afternoon, shall we then?
We've got an hour yet.
Have we?
Yeah.
Only 12
Get
o'clock.
on then. Shall we need to bring in the technos in as well?
Like the spanner.
I know. It's a beauty, isn't it?
Should be. It's mine.
Ah.
Not that I'm worried about
Yeah.
you using it, because it was in there. I know.
Yeah.
It's like mine. Yeah.
This is the best adjustable on the place.
He's every size.
He's every
Yeah.
size.
He's both metric and
Imperial.
So that needs to go out. All right then. So how?
Right, fine. Well,
we'll keep you do what you want to do with the fence and come back and
yeah, okay.
tell us.
Right, so that's this shed finished now. So we're going to go help Bowman move his cows. And then we'll bring in those calves. He is a hooligan. And then we'll bring in those calves that we want to move back to home. And we'll be getting somewhere. Right, that's John's cows moved. Keep them happy for a little while in there. The calves are next door behind those trees somewhere. I found some of the calves. They've split themselves into about 3 groups, so bottom of the field, Phil and John are trying to get 10 or so along the track, and we'll meet up with these down in that far corner. Cows have made a bit of a mess there. Right boys, it's housing time. 48.
11 here.
Let's
Try that. See what it looks like.
Have I got 11 or have I got 12?
no, you counted.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Go on.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Go on, round past John, he's alright, you don't bite.
Go on, I brought you out here.
Yeah. I'll never forgive you for that stunt.
Yeah, why would we trust you?
That might be too good.
Yeah, I'm exactly on the same page on there. I don't know how many's on the front now, you got me all confused.
Up!
Oh,
no,
with numbers.
Up!
We'll start talking numbers.
See you back there for lunch, John.
Huh?
See you back there for lunch.
Yeah, no, that is genuinely ideal. I'm thrilled with that.
Got a little saunter home. Oh, no, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, who that's this back?
I was enjoying watching you back it up because you were looking in that mirror and he was there like nothing in his moving. We are back home. We're just waiting for John to bring that first lot of cattle back, but he's mended this post this morning, so what we're going to do is just push the straw that's in here with the scraper tractor into that pen, and then they can all be in and around the same place. Wonderful technique. You got friends' cows. That's what I said, right? 2 11s.
You said 11, 12,
12.
4, 30. Spotting with rain.
Hang on, he's going to come back.
Oh, is it?
There we go.
Oh no, these will come off now, these are finished. But we're not running these through anything, so we can take these off
Friday.
on Friday.
Oh, we can take them
yeah,
off on Friday.
we can't take the blues and the greens off.
Right, John's taking that next load of cattle, so we're going to continue with our shed maintenance. And take out these posts so Phil hasn't got too many of them. So we need to attach the chain to the headstock. And we can start yanking posts. Now this is the method we use for getting these posts out because they get absolutely stuck tight like concrete in there. Down a bit, down a bit, down a bit. No, not pulling that straight enough. Right, so that post actually defeated us. But Phil made a very good point. We don't actually need this end of this shed. It's only for emergencies, so we won't worry about the post. We'll just go and get the bucket and clean it out. That shed there is the green one, and the one down the other end where we pulled the post earlier is the blue one. Those two sheds will both have new calves from this year going in them, but also some that have been out grazing from the year before returning to the shed. So you need both ends of the shed in order to keep them separate, whereas the middle shed, the browns, they've all been fattened for this year, so we only actually need one end of the shed. Now it's probably worth me pointing out that lifting out the posts with a chain, if they don't want to come out easy, if they don't just slide up with the chain, we tend to leave them there, because it's not worth breaking a chain, hurting someone and smashing the windscreen of the handle over. It just makes our life easier if they're not there, but we can definitely work around them. So we finished cleaning out now. What we're going to do is put the posts back in that we took out. What it does in that shed especially is give some flexibility to Phil or whoever over here. If you have a sick animal, you can segregate it somewhere, because that half of that shed is usually empty, and that is just because the animals in that building are reared entirely indoors after weaning, so they won't go back out grazing. Whereas the other two buildings, the animals go out grazing in the spring and summer.
Look at that.
Now we're farming.
Look at that. It was
You're
just
good tidy again, he's all rusty.
Yeah.
Robin hangings. Right, we are finished at Rowden. We've got all the posts out that we didn't want in. We got all the gates where we want them. We got all the hangings tightened correctly, so all the gates apps nicely. We ain't got to lift them or stand on them or anything stupid like that, which is about as well prepared as we're ever going to be at that building. So all that needs to happen now is the day before we want to bring calves in, we'll come over and bed everything up. We'll open up all the silage pits so it's ready then for Phil for the day when the calves arrive. So we're going to head back and see these cows, how they've settled in. I'm just heading back in the handler. Phil's going to bring the truck back. He'll then drop me back over to pick up the quad bike, so we got all the vehicles back home as well. And yeah, been a good day's work. So we'll go back and see these calves in a minute. Steady. Whoa! Well, there are the cows, nice and happy. They don't seem to be missing their field at all. Chomping away on some silage. We'll start them on bales for now, because it's only these few that are inside. And then when we start having a few more cattle in, we'll get the mixer wagon fired up. We'll start opening up clamps and stuff. Yeah, look how quiet they are. All happy. There's some in there lied down, eating a bit of oat straw, eating a bit of silage. Hopefully they'll start to put on some weight. Any of them that got collars on, like this guy here, we'll take those off when we read our TB test on Friday. There's obviously no point having a GPS collar on inside. The 6 big ones down here. So they'll hopefully finish this winter and send them off. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. We'll go for a like goal of 700 today. If you haven't already, then please do subscribe to the channel. There's loads of links down in the description for all my other socials and also the little bit of merch we sell. Yeah, thanks again for watching. We'll see you in another video very soon. Cheerio.
Like a truck